Rise and shine, family. Today I want to talk to those of you who are this close to giving up, this close to quitting. I have a question for you. What gives you the right? What gives you the right to quit and to give up on you and your development? Rome wasn't built in a day, so you can't be ready to give up because it's taking too long, right? It doesn't matter what anyone says, so you can't be willing to give up because someone's been talking. So then why give up? Who loses if you give up? Who wins? Life is a lot like art. Music, drawing, reading, writing, whatever you do. And here's why I say that. If you ask a person who is drawing a picture, right? Let's just imagine I'm drawing a picture. I want you to just imagine this with me. Actually, let's just make it more literal. Okay. When an artist begins to take and draw, okay? They know not to make any hard lines, right? Because although you may have a vision in mind, you may have to make corrections, right? And it's impossible to just draw an eye or a mouth or a nose or hands. Each of these things are small lines, right? Small little strokes that make up the eye or the hand or the face or whatever you're drawing. That's the same thing with life. You know, you're not going to be able to put it together just like that. It's small steps, right? Small decisions, small actions that make up the big picture. Whenever you sit down and you tell someone your vision or your dream, how clear is it to you before you're expressing it to someone else? As an artist, if I'm drawing a picture, if I'm writing a song, I don't want to show you my artwork or my song until I have completed it. Because if you see it and it's incomplete, you're going to make anything that you say is going to sound like a critique, you know? When I used to draw, and I still draw from time to time, I haven't drawn in a while, I need to start back. But when I used to draw, people stand over your shoulder and they're often asking, what are you drawing? Right? They're standing over your shoulder. Well, this happens in life as well. People always want to know what it is that you're doing. Tell them to get off from over your shoulder. You know, move. Can you give me some space? Right? Allow me to work. Let me put my vision together so I can present it to you when it's completed. And that way, you won't be so quick to kick it down. You won't be so quick to push it to the side and say that it's not possible. Songs are the same way. I don't like to go to a studio and do a lot of my work with everybody watching. Now, because I am a very lyrical artist, right? People often hear about me coming to record and they like to crowd the studio. So when I'm in there rapping and I'm in there laying my tracks down, there's a lot of people sitting out there just watching. And I fumble, right? If I mess up on my words, I feel like they think I can't rap. I feel like they think I'm not good. Now, in their mind, they may be like, wow, he was killing it. But in my mind, I wanted to be able to do it perfectly. Life is not that way. It may not seem perfect to you, but to them it may. Do you understand? Sometimes whenever you're training really hard to do something, choreographing a dance routine, anything like that, and you seem to do anything that's not as you planned it, it doesn't fall within the steps that you planned, you think the crowd automatically knows that you messed up. Well, they don't. Only you know. Continue, family. There is no need to give up because someone doesn't like what you're doing. The world doesn't agree that you're doing it. They may not think that you're good. I'm an artist. Now, I can draw. I can also write. I can also rap. But when I first started these things, I wasn't who I am now. I grew to be this person. I got better. Each stroke got better. My hand became more steady, right? The same thing, when I write my rhymes, my thoughts come to me more clear than they used to. It is easier than it used to be. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not already a talent, but understand that the more you work on something, the better you get. If you haven't been doing something long, then you shouldn't be quitting. You should not be giving up. It's not fair to yourself. Give yourself the time to learn what you want to do. Don't listen to the people that's counting you out. They're irrelevant. They are not going to be the artist. You are. And please understand that when you're working on this art, if you stop, guess what? Everything you're working on stops as well. It ends. It's over. that picture remains incomplete. It's not going to finish itself. So many of us can think of plenty of things that we put down in the past, plenty of things we left alone for whatever reason. Well, it's time to come back to it. Start back sketching. Start back making little jots and tittles towards that thing that you want to be in life. You understand? Towards that picture that you want to see. And believe me, that picture will become. That's the amazing thing about art. And even when that artist is looking at that completed picture, it may not still be exactly everything you thought it was going to be. You know, because there are other things that are in place, right? There are other things that are in play. In life, there are other people other than yourself. It's not just you. So anytime that you plan on a vision happening and it's going to include others, please understand that if others are included, it may not turn out to be exactly as you planned it to be, but it could be even more beautiful than you imagine. You understand? Do not be discouraged, family. Be encouraged to see the things through that you started. That picture that you start drawing, be faithful that you finish that picture. All right? Be evolution. Be the change that you want to see. And no candle loses its flame from lighting another. And if you were to ever find yourself in the middle of chaos, it is in that chaos that you would have found yourself. Peace, family.